I just wanted to cover an important topic that I think is very useful. um, it's about the importance of music and dancing, and how much it's good for the body. So example, I have a friend who is not from the same place as me, and was very, very I don't even know how to say it, very stiff when she's dancing. And lately we have to me and my other friend have to teach her how to dance and kind of move her body, and I've never known people could be so unmovable. And I've always been very intrigued as to why she didn't move or dance, and I've also believed that music is felt, especially when you're dancing. It's felt and not heard. Also, it's so good for uplifting your mood. It's so good for correcting your balance issue. I have a cousin that who falls a lot, and lately I have just tried to tell her to dance a bit more and kind of move around, just to have just to kind of balance. Get her balance to be at a good level, and as we all know, when you have a song playing in the radio, you tend to clean the whole house, and you won't even notice you've been cleaning that long, because you're so kind of concentrating on the music or the lyrics or whatever. So it's important to move around. It's important to be flexible, and it really does help you with a lot of things. Like I said, with making your lower legs stronger, and especially those of you with a balance issue, and and just a lot of people don't do yoga, so they're quite stiff when they're moving, or they're quite heavy, and so not so light on their feet, whether it's walking or running or whatever. I think it's not good. You should be able to move around. You should be able to walk fast, and motivation is just feeling the music. It is, so it's a good way to get things moving. And for those of you who want to lose weight or tone up, or whatever the reason is, so keep moving. Now, I'm not gonna say what sort of songs you should play, or whatever anybody is into, but I like songs that have some sort of music to them, so I can dance. And experience, try and do everything. I think that's the main thing. Try and do anything. It's amazing when you try something new, and like dancing, and you get your body moving, you start sweating, it's a great way to detox the body, because the more you sweat, the healthier you are. And you won't sweat unless you move around. And dancing is like you can have your own gym in your living room, especially if you have like a lockdown, or some sort of period of time when you're at home or indoors, or I tell you, on the last lockdown that we had, we might have another one in London, but on my last lockdown, I remember one of my friends was doing a Facebook Live and she was crying, oh, what am I going to do? How many more weeks? And, a lot of people are like that, actually. And I was standing there just going, what? Some of you need to clean your own houses and do, a lot of stuff, but they can't seem to bring themselves to, I don't know. I was loving it. I swear if you would have said, and we're giving you extra 6 months, I wouldn't care, because I was doing so many creative things. I was repainting, I've cleaned every spot in my house. I was changing curtains, and the kids were healthy. I cooked every meal, for 7 days. I was cooking. I really loved the last lockdown. And I've always been like that. You have to flow with change. And I've read all the books that I was on my list to read. I've watched all the films that were on my list to watch. You get what I mean? I had so much time and energy to literally complete every task that I put my mind into. So even if there's gonna be one in January or in December, hopefully the end, I'm looking forward to it. So I can do just as much as I did last time. And I've discovered so many new things that I like, that I was not aware that I was into. Isn't that funny how that happens? Like traveling in Asia was not something that was that I thought I've always loved traveling, but traveling in Asia was not something that I was interested in. And all of a sudden now, after the last lockdown, that's all I want to do. So I was even surprised with myself. Then they're going, what? Really? I loved it the last lockdown, and I became so even more creative, and I had 1 million ideas per day. And there was my friends and some of my cousins all crying in their Facebook lives because they were at home, and none of them can bring themselves to cook or discover a new skill or just do anything new. I was so ready to I really wanted to make blankets. do all sorts of creative kind of crafting things, and I've really enjoyed my time sort of spending it with the kids, and we had afternoon naps. We felt like we were in Africa, because we would have lunch and we would all have 1 hour nap. And I loved it. I had time to do my yoga, I had time to read, I had time to talk to all my family around the world, and I literally have a family member in every country. Well, not in every country, but now I have 2 in China, and I have 1 in Germany. Let's see, a few of them in Canada. So I do have a lot of family around the world. I've also got a lot of friends in Asia, Singapore and South Korea, and I can't wait to go there and kind of like enjoy my time and have all the spicy foods I can eat. So yeah, the things, don't even know how I started with, but you should not be put off by a lockdown or a change of whatever. embrace all of it and try and see what you can do instead of complaining. I hate people who complain. You ask them, how's your day going? It was fine. It's okay. Did you sleep well? It was okay. Yet when things are not going well, they're far more expressive, and they will tell you exactly where things are going wrong, and they don't seem to do the same when they are feeling okay. So embrace, even if there's another lockdown, and I know there might be a few around the world, just embrace the change. Sit down, put a list on your diary of the things you want to do in that lockdown. Maybe there's books you want to read, or films you want to see, or a deep cleaning of the flat you live in, or maybe you want to throw some old clothes, or whatever it is. Maybe you want to bring up your cooking skills, or it's anything. It could be anything, but take advantage and spend time on your own. It's not a bad thing. I really thrived in that lockdown, and I know it's gonna be the same with this lockdown. Whenever it starts, I am prepared with even more books to read. Even more books to read, even more movies to watch, even more things to achieve in the flat, and even more saving, or all the things I want to do. Try and plan for my next holiday will be another one, and thrive in change instead of fighting it. I think that would be something that I've noticed about myself, is I really try my best to and also I'm a role model to my children, and I want to show them not I don't ever feel bored anyway, but because I really enjoy my own company and the things I get up to. I could be watching something, or making something, or I'll spend a good 40 minutes tidying up my cupboard and while listening to my audio books at the same time, and it's like killing a bird with two birds with one stone. And I get to do so much and become so much more. I watch things like financial videos and how to save more, and how shopping at night is far more cheaper than if you go to the supermarket in the daytime, because they put all the prices down, especially in the bakery department. And one, I don't think I'll ever go to a supermarket at night. I don't really well, there isn't a supermarket close by, so I don't think I'll be going. But it's another idea, you so there's so much to learn, so much to discover, so much to do and taste and become, literally, that you have no excuse, and flow with change instead of fighting it, and you will become so much more, and you will do so much more, and in the end, when that other lockdown is finished, you would be far more happier with yourself and be surprised by the things you got done. So just embrace it and get on with it. Also, you try and, while doing all of that, and it's fantastic, but you also get to know yourself. How are you going to know who you are if you don't ever spend time on your own? I know family members and friends who will do anything but to sit somewhere quietly. They have to either play music, play games in their phone, or read a book, or they just have to do something. They don't have the notion of just lie on your bed and, I don't know, stare at the ceiling. What that gets you to do is, first of all, it quietens the mind, and also you'll have thoughts, or maybe your subconscious will try and tell you something you haven't been able to hear all day. And silent is a very good, and I've discovered it only recently in the last 2 years, to just be quiet and let your mind come up with the answers or the solutions to problems that you've been having. And I'll give you an example. One time my computer was broken, and my iPhone was new, so I didn't quite know how to use it. And the school that I was working in wanted the head teacher wanted me to email her some documents that I had to give. And I was just standing in my kitchen for good, I don't know, while I did dinner. And then I just went to relax in my bed. So I was just lying on top of the bed for good maybe 40 minutes. And by this time the kids were in bed, but I didn't go to bed yet, so I'm just trying to figure out before I went to bed, how am I gonna email her the documents. And I asked myself, when I tell my cousin, I asked myself, she always looks at me like, what? So you talk to yourself? This is what she says whenever I tell her that I asked myself. But I really did. I asked myself, or to my subconscious, how am I going to do, or how can I email? I remember saying something like that. How can I email this document to this head teacher? And it has to be done, before I go to bed. And within 20 minutes, or less than that, I had my answer. And it was like a light bulb went up in my head. And then it was like, well, why don't you take a picture of the 2-3 letters in a clear way, kind of zoom in and, take a photo of them, get into my email, and it's on my phone, and attach the email that I had of the head teacher to those documents. And I thought, oh my God, why didn't I think of this? And I swear it was nearly 10 o'clock, but I was just so impressed, and I was so impressed. But I didn't come up with it like all by myself. The subconscious kind of came up with the answer, but I had to ask. I had to ask first. Another time I met one of my friends online. I remember when I saw her name, and I thought to myself, wonder where she's from, and I said it out loud. And anyway, I got to email those documents to the teacher, but you see, I had to ask first in order to get the answer from my subconscious mind. And I swear I was so impressed with myself that day. But also it reminded me to ask myself, or my subconscious mind, more of those sort of more questions like that, so the issues that I kind of face during the day can be resolved. And another time I met a friend of mine who, when I saw his surname, I was just like, wonder where he's from. And within 4 to 5 minutes, a very sort of a very clear answer came to me, and it just said in my head, he's from Poland. What? That's what I heard. He's from Poland. Because I said, I wonder where he's from. So what I've learned, and I just want to tell you guys, I'm always learning. I'm always kind of figuring myself out and the world, and try to be a role model to my children and all those sort of things. So I don't know it all, and I don't claim to. I am also not perfect, and I've never claimed that either. And I've always told myself, when the people kind of congratulated me for something that I've did or something that I've achieved, I always tell them the same thing. I'm just a work in progress. I'm always surprised when things do turn out to be or go right. But I also, at the same time, I pray, I do the best that I can. But just ask your subconscious mind for answers that you look for, or questions and things that you want to resolve. It's powerful. Once you realize how powerful you are, it will actually scare you. We are very powerful beings, and whatever our energy focuses on is, where the energy or the attention goes. So get to know yourself. Get to know yourself and the world, and you have no time to waste. Go out there and travel, eat, taste, dream, do whatever thing that is necessary to become more of your authentic self, to rediscover. I swear I rediscover myself, every once in a while. I'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know I was into that. It's as if like there was two of me. There's this me that I have no idea about, and I'm constantly surprised with, I'll say things like example, if I'm not into a color or something at the moment, and then a few months down the line I've discovered that I loved it. How did I not know this exactly? And it's as if I'm speaking to two of myself. I'm not really, but it feels like that, because I will stand out just completely confused, like I did not even know I was into these things. And I love the Greeks for just saying the saying of know thyself. Once you know yourself, you will find that you're more powerful than you ever thought you were, and you have far more influence in your life than you thought you had. And obviously you don't rediscover yourself, and you don't get to do any of it unless you go out there and you taste things, and you try things, and you fail, and you get up and you fail again, and you take a different road, and you do all these sort of things in order to grow, expand, become more of your authentic self. And I want that for everyone, and I hope we can all achieve that. Okay, I just wanted to add that to the earlier on episode that I've done, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye bye.